Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. So, imagine the road behind me filled with 2,000 people gathered around tables of 8, eating and getting to know one another. That's what to expect at the big table. As you arrive, you'll be greeted by volunteers who will help orient you, and there will be 250 tables, each with a table host who will help you find a seat with people that you don't know yet. The tables will be arranged in groups of 4 with a food table in the middle for each group. We will provide plates, eating utensils and napkins, tables and chairs, and you just need to bring a dish. The dish can be food, dessert, or non-alcoholic drinks. Please also check our website for details for other things that you should bring, like serving utensils and a drink for yourself. There's no central stage or entertainment schedule. The magic of this event is in what happens at the table. You are the event. It's very much created by the participants. So every year is a new table and a new adventure. It's not intimidating, though. We've created story cards that make it fun and help you get to know each other on a meaningful level. A favorite question of mine is, tell about a time when you made your parents proud. Or, what is your favorite place in Louisville? Our planning team has been working hard to spread the word about the big table by contacting civic groups and organizations all around the city. We're constantly asking ourselves, who else? Who else could be invited? And we can't ask it enough. The purpose of this event is to create a space for all members of our community to connect with one another. At the big table, you can expect to meet someone you wouldn't normally meet. And even if you did, you probably wouldn't have a chance to sit down and stop and talk. It's a space to not only meet someone new, but to gain perspective about what it's like to walk in their shoes. There are so many things that divide us: politics, religion, socioeconomics, and even simply the busy isolation of our lives. The polarization of our society can leave us feeling unsure about what we can do to make things better. We want to provide an opportunity for people to feel empowered to strengthen our community. The aim of the big table is to create spaces for people to connect, even with our differences. Our vision is one where we can encounter each other with our differences and yet still build our society together. That is a healthy community. We're setting the table for everyone to come. We each bring something unique. We all belong. We invite you to come to the big table. Now I would like to introduce Mayor Greenberg.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. It's always wonderful to be at Iroquois Park and any one of our parks, particularly on a beautiful day like today, preferably in the shade as we are now. It's always great to be here. At Louisville Metro Government, we're working every day to make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. And that includes finding ways to bring people together. Louisville's made up of people who grew up here, like me, as well as many people who come from other parts of our country or from all around the world. Whatever brought us here, however we got here, we're all Louisvillians now. We share so much in common, even if we live in different parts of the city, have different jobs, come from different backgrounds. And so it's great when we can meet new people to remind one another of the common bonds that we have, and to meet new people and make new connections. That's why I'm so excited about this 5th annual gathering of the Big Table. It's our annual giant community potluck dinner. On Sunday, September 10th, Iroquois Park will have more than 250 tables lined up for members of our community to gather together, to sit together, to eat together, to get to know each other as neighbors. This is a great opportunity to come to this beautiful park that brings people together every day. And there's something special about sharing food and conversation that helps us recognize our common humanity. We're asking people to come out and to bring a savory dish or a fruit or a dessert or a non-alcoholic drink to share with others. We also want to make it as easy as possible for people to connect. Folks who come out to the big table will be organized into tables of 8. Each table will have a designated host, someone who's volunteered to organize things and help get the conversation going as people sit down with folks that they don't know so they can enjoy the food and the company. It's also a great event for foodies, and we've earned a reputation, well deserved, of being a great food city. So I encourage folks to bring your favorite dish and show it off to your new friends. At the big table, you can fill your plate with an incredible mix of food, from pad thai to mac and cheese or anything else that the thousands of people who come here to the big table will bring to share. We're also, as you heard, going to have music after the meal. And so we're inviting folks who play an instrument, whatever instrument from wherever in the world, to bring that for our after dinner jam sessions. We'll have an area for musicians and an area for drums and for singing. And the big table is an official part of our Welcoming Week. That's a project of the nonprofit Welcoming America that works to help cities across the country organize and promote events that celebrate immigration and inclusion. I've officially proclaimed September as Welcoming Month. We're looking to World Fest this weekend to kick us off here in September over Labor Day weekend on the Belvedere. And the big table is another wonderful way to celebrate the important role that immigrants play in the life of our city. As the grandson of immigrants who fled Germany in the 1930s, I feel a special connection to the immigrants and refugees who make our city their home. And I want all of them to feel so welcome here and to continue enriching the cultural life for everyone in Louisville. In a moment, we'll hear from Amos Azaramana, the head of our Office of Immigrant Affairs. Metro government is a proud sponsor of the Big Table. I want to thank all of the sponsors and volunteers who make this possible. And there's another aspect of this event that I want to highlight as well, because it ties in with one of our top priorities as a city. Some of the same people and organizations behind the Big Table also lead an important effort in our city called the Louisville Alliance for Sustainable Gun Violence Reduction. And the overlap between these two efforts is the idea that getting to know your neighbors can help unite us to overcome some of the biggest challenges our city is facing. So Kathy and Judd, thank you for your work and your organization's work to make Louisville a safer, stronger, and healthier community. I firmly believe that when we get to know other people, particularly people who we don't know, that have had different life experiences than you may have had, that our city will indeed be safer, stronger, and healthier. So I encourage everyone to sign up and find out more about the Big Table on the Facebook page. This will be a great time, a wonderful evening that my wife Rachel and I are looking forward to participating in. An evening of terrific food, conversation, and music. So come on out. We know there are too many in our city and in every city who report feeling isolated or disconnected. This is a safe, easy, beautiful, wonderful way to meet some neighbors from around the city and enjoy a wonderful evening. I'll see you out at the Big Table. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg. Next, we'll hear from Judd Hendricks, co-founder of the Big Table.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is so exciting for us to invite you to a vision of Louisville that's a big table. A table where wherever you're from, whatever you believe, whatever you look like, whatever your doctrines or ideologies or your political positions, you are welcome to this table. The table is big enough for all of us to sit at. This is a vision of a Louisville that we all want. A place where you can bring the fullness of who you are, your ideas, your culture, and sit at a table with other Louisvillians and encounter the reality that we belong to each other, that we are one people, and together we can create a Louisville where everyone is welcome. This is an opportunity for you to take a simple action to create that kind of Louisville. So we invite you to come. The antidote to violence is the Big Table. This is the answer to us feeling separated from each other, from us feeling like we do not belong. The big table is just an image and a picture of what we all want for our city. So we invite you to come, bring the fullness of who you are and a good dish, and meet other people. Welcome them. Share in some conversation cards. My favorite one, Kathy shared hers. My favorite one is, how do you experience joy? That's one of the questions that we'll talk about at the big table. So come, bring a dish, invite 2,000 of your favorite friends, and join us to help create the Louisville that we all want. Thank you.
Thank you, Judd. Now we'll hear from Amos Izarimana, the Director of the Office for Immigrant Affairs.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everybody. Imagine with me that you just spent 20 years in a refugee camp or running for your life where you have no hope and you have no sense of belonging. And you get to Louisville, Kentucky, of all places, and you find an event like the Big Table where you get to connect with people from all walks of lives who maybe have gone through the same experiences as you, or maybe have had a stable life here in the community. And that's how special this event is for our immigrant and refugee communities right here in Louisville. And so I welcome everybody to come on September 10th to learn about the different walks of lives that we have right here in Louisville. In Louisville, we have over 150 languages spoken. Maybe you are learning a new language. Maybe you are learning about a new culture. You get to do that and to practice that language and to learn about somebody new at the big table. At the Office for Immigrant Affairs, we are very proud to celebrate Welcoming Month this September. So starting with World Fest next weekend and the Big Table on September 10th and a number of other events that we have planned. If you go to louisvilleky.gov/welcoming, you will see our schedule of events that we have planned for the entire month of September. So welcome to not only World Fest, not only the Big Table, but all the other events that we have planned. We'll see you there.
Thank you, Amos. Now we can open it up to any questions that you may have, first about the big table, and then if you have other topics you want to ask. So in 2019, that was the first time we tried doing music afterwards, and that's because we got feedback that after the big table, people felt like they just wanted to dance. So we set up drums at the amphitheater end of the big table, and we'll have we'll have guitars and instruments at the playground end of the big table. And we're actually in this field, we're going to have soccer. So we'll have pickup soccer because that's a language for everyone.
And for Mayor Greenberg, we heard Judd say this is something antidote to violence. We saw violence this weekend. Why is it important for the city to be involved in a safer community and events like Big Table?
I firmly believe that events like the Big Table help bring people together, and so they help make our city safer in many ways. One, you get to know more people from across the community, not just your family or immediate friends. And I think by breaking down barriers, by getting to know more people, by knowing more neighbors, our city is going to become safer. It's also, as Judd mentioned, an opportunity for people who might feel disconnected in one way or another from their neighborhood, from their school, from their church, from their society, whatever, to make new friends, to become connected, to hear about other people's experiences, to share their own, and in doing so, to start regaining that sense of connectivity with our community. And I think people who feel like they belong are much less likely to commit violence. And that is one of the things we're focused on, is what can we do to ensure that every young person, every adult feels like they belong in this city. This is their city also. And so what can we do to help give them the encouragement, the support, new friendships, so that they feel confident that they have an opportunity to pursue their hopes and dreams? Is this the only solution? No. But this is certainly one of many things that the city can and must do to continue to bring people together to make our city safer and a more vibrant place.
Maybe you're learning about words too, right? We talk about using our communication skills to deal with conflict. Anything you'd like to add about the lessons we can learn about communicating before maybe reaching towards a violent weapon?
Absolutely. Talking things out. Certainly, we are all going to run into challenges from time to time. We're all going to feel different levels of despair. We're going to be angry. But the solution is never guns. It is always better to talk to others. But often people don't feel like they have others to talk it to. They haven't grown up in a house with love and support and resources. And we understand that. And that's why at Metro Government we support things like the Big Table. We support programs like group violence intervention, like the Office of Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods that provide outreach and support to others so that even on days when the Big Table isn't going on, there are always resources and support available in our city to provide others with connections, with support, with love, to help people find their path in life.
Mayor, what are you bringing? Who got to decide between you and your wife?
That's a good question. We have been so focused on getting our kids off to college that we have not yet decided on our dish, but we might each prepare one. So she's a much better cook than me, but we'll each whip something up.
Anything on food safety? I know that we don't know exactly what the weather in Kentucky will do. Any advice for how we keep these dishes safe for everyone to eat?
Yes, always think about food safety as you prepare your dishes. We have some tips from the local health department on our website about how to do that.
One more, guys.
Mayor, one more question. You said that you're working on different solutions. What immediate changes or solutions are you presenting for safety concerns, especially with what happened yesterday?
There is a lot that our city is doing, but we can and we must do more, and we will continue to. Last week we had our first ever juvenile call-in for group violence intervention. We're recruiting and working to retain more LMPD officers so that we have an even larger presence to work to prevent crime from happening before it does. With respect to the shooting over the weekend, we are taking a new approach to enforcement. There are ordinances and laws on the books that govern how bars and restaurants can operate. And let me say, the vast majority of bar and restaurant owners in our city are great corporate citizens that are looking to provide safe entertainment options for our neighbors. But there are a few bad actors. And when we get notified of those bad actors, as we did on July 10th of this year with this particular bar, we will take action. Our alcohol beverage control, LMPD, our health department, the fire marshal, we will ensure that we continue to step up enforcement actions so that everyone, every place in Louisville is a safe place to enjoy. I'm also calling on to begin conversations with Metro Council. Let's also look at the ordinances on our books. Do we need to do more? Should bars be open till 4 a.m.? I think that's a legitimate question we should have conversations about as a community. And then, of course, we certainly want some help from our state partners and our federal partners. We need help from the state legislature to help give us tools in Louisville, given our unique urban violence problems, to give us the autonomy to deal with our gun violence epidemic that we're dealing with right now, so that we can ensure that we crack down on illegal gun use and that we ensure that guns are not in the wrong hands. And so we need help from the state. We need help from our federal government and Congress. We are going to continue to advocate that help. But in the meantime, we're going to do everything within our power here in Louisville to make our city safer and end this gun violence epidemic. Thank you all.